Near Fall Nation, say hello to the ball guy, and welcome to the Near Fall Network's Hell in the Cell recap/review. This is the second time I'm recording this. I had a little bit of audio issues with the first time, so bear with me. I'm gonna go a little bit faster. I went about 30 minutes last time, and I just can't do that a second time in a row. So I want to go over some of the highs and lows of the pay-per-view that was Hell in the Cell last night. First and foremost, I thought it was a great pay-per-view, a great show. I would probably rank it at about, or grade it at about an A. I think I gave No Mercy a A- maybe, so I have to give this one a slightly higher one because it was better. And I'm going to touch on a couple things, do this a little different. Kickoff match is good. It showed that Shelton and Gable are a solid team, and I'm good with that. I like that. I like the pairing, and I think the Hype Bros are probably going to split and start something completely different on their own. After that, we got the actual start to the match, and this is one of the high points of the night, and that is the tag match between the New Day and the Usos in the Hell in a Cell. Amazing match. They utilized the cage very well. Different things that I've never seen before. We got, spots with trapping a guy in a corner. Like, what's that all about? That was awesome, using the kendo sticks to trap one of the Usos in the corner. We got handcuffs around the ring post, and then just brutal beatings. These guys looked like they wanted to beat the living dog shit out of each other, and I like that. And I like that because it makes it seem more real, more authentic, which is what we want out of our sports entertainment. I will take that all day long. So, very enjoyable. I like the match. Probably on a contender for match of the night. I'm going to say that and stick with that. Definitely on my list of match of the night was the Hell in a Cell tag team match. Usos won. I was a little surprised with that, but this feud is far from over, guys. So I'm okay with them keeping this going because their matches are so entertaining. Hard to follow that, and I wonder if that's why they put this match here, but we got the Rusev and Orton match right after that. It's a feud that I don't think anyone really cares about at this point. It's tough to say. Rusev just has done nothing. Orton can be boring if he's not invested, and I feel like he's not invested. So it is what it is. I wanted Rusev to win. I picked Rusev to win. Rusev didn't win. I should have known better because Rusev doesn't win. It's not what he does. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. I'm not a guy that gets shovels out and buries people, but something's going on with Rusev where they're obviously not strong on him, not high on him. I don't know what. I don't know why. I can't give you an answer to it, but it's not fun. It's not fun to watch Rusev lose, and it's not fun to watch almost anyone go against Randy Orton at this point, so it is what it is. After that, we got another fun match, and this kind of, I didn't know what to expect when it was set up originally because Corbin's kind of been half-assing it. AJ always puts on a good match, but we had the U.S. title match. If you watched the pre-show, Dillinger got added to it, which I thought was a great move. And really, I think it took the match to another level. And what I do want to say is it had some really good triple threat spots that you can only do when you have a triple threat or a four-way. Some of the corner spots, which are continuous moves, one guy doing one to another to another. Really fun stuff, really good match. I think the match was set up and built very well and put together very well, especially for these guys. They all got to utilize their strength and weaknesses. Baron Corbin showed up tonight, and Baron Corbin impressed me. And Baron Corbin won. The ending spot was kind of cliche, I guess. It gets kind of used a lot, but with AJ doing the work to get Dillinger down, and then Corbin being able to get him out of the ring, and the way he threw AJ out of the ring, it was really aggressive. It looked good. He got the pin, and he won, and we have a new U.S. champ. I like it. I don't know where AJ goes from here. Does he go for the WWE Championship now? I mean, I only want that to happen if he beats Jinder, so I'm not sure if it's going to happen, and we'll get to that a little bit later. But I don't know where AJ goes from here. I'm sure that he'll get a rematch, and Ty taking the pin helped to make it so that AJ looks strong. he didn't take the pin, but if we get a rematch, something's got to happen to where Corbin can keep it, and we still get AJ looking good. So either way, I'm good. Something will happen to make it all work out. It always does, and I am good with Corbin as U.S. champ. As much as I love AJ Styles, I want to see him get in some bigger things. You know, we'll see. Face of America, a new face of America, minus Kevin Owens. So we'll see. After that, we got into, I think it was the women's match. And, you know, I want to say, I've seen these two fight. You know, they battled over the NXT women's title, and it was probably a better match. But this was a solid match. What this match was a match of storytelling. It told the story of the, you know, two legendary families in wrestling clashing, and someone who's got the pedigree of Charlotte, and literally it will go down in history as the best female wrestler, bar none. At least currently, I don't see anyone's gonna touch her for years to come. So probably will go down as the best female performer of all time. But she can be beat. And that's what this match told. That's the story this match told, that she can be beat. They, you know, Natty worked on the knee, which also plays into the sharpshooter, also plays into Charlotte being able to apply the figure 8. So this was good storytelling all around. You know, Charlotte sold that knee like a champ. She sold that knee like a used car salesman trying to get his quota for the month so he can get a bonus and buy a new pair of shoes. And let me tell you, I bought it. I bought it all the way, and I think a lot of other people did, and that's what we need. And when you have good storytelling, good selling, you have good match. So this was a good match. The ending was what it was. I'm not mad about it. I don't mind it. I like the fact that, you know, we got an ending where Charlotte won, but she's not the champ, so we can continue this feud, and I'm okay again with this feud continuing. I like the pairing of these two, and I think there's a lot more that they can do together. The only thing that I picked with our pick'ems and it didn't go down was Carmella cashing in. I actually thought maybe Charlotte would win without winning the belt, kind of like what happened, but maybe Natty would be more hurt and down, and then Carmella would come in and take advantage. Natty was the aggressor towards the end, so it doesn't make sense for Carmella to come out, because if you're going to do it sneaky and heelish, which Carmella is, you need to have your opponent beaten down a little bit more, so it's an easier victory. So, still time for that. Not yet. Still time. And I don't know when Charlotte wins the belt. She's going to, obviously, eventually. Again, I think this feud continues. I think it would be pretty poetic for Charlotte to win it in North Carolina at Starrcade, but if it's not a network televised special, then I want nothing to do with that. The next match that we got was actually I think it was the WWE Championship match, right? Let me think. Yeah, that was the next match, guys. So, buried kind of towards the middle of the card, championship match, WWE title. Listen, I'm going to be real and I'm going to be honest with everybody right now. If you listen to Drive By, you know how I feel about Jinder. I'm done with the experiment. I fought for him. I defended him. I was okay with the idea of him being champion. I was okay with the idea of somebody new getting a shot to do something. And I'm not okay with it anymore. I'm done with it. It's failed. Let's move on. That's where I am. We need to move on. I think that's where most people are. It's time to go. But it hasn't happened yet. Now, one of the biggest criticisms that I've heard when it comes to Jinder Mahal is that he can't win clean. He always needs the help of the Singh brothers. He's always got to have somebody in his corner, and mostly the Singh brothers, but, you know, we did have that appearance by the Great Khali. You know, it's never a clean win. We have a heel champion that wins, but every single match he wins is by dirty tactics. And is that perfectly okay? I mean, he's a heel, so you can make that argument, but coming from the background that he has, which is nothing, he was in 3MB, and that's all we got. Who's this guy that's now our WWE champion? And I get the argument that people make about that. So the fact that he can't ever win, that he didn't win at all before this whole crazy push that he got, and then he's winning all the time, but it's always by dirty, underhanded tactics, usually by the Singh brothers. I totally get why people are tired of it. I do. I get it. And I'm tired of it too. That's why, as much as I wanted Shinsuke to win, and I picked Shinsuke, and I should have known better, Jinder won clean, guys. Argue all you want. The Singh brothers were ejected. Shinsuke hit his finisher, which I can't pronounce like Corey Graves, so I'm not even going to try, because he does it so well that I don't think unless you can do it like him that you should even say it. So Shinsuke hit his finisher. Now, of course, you could say, well, yeah, but they distracted the ref because he had to come out, and that's why the count. Okay, yeah, I get that. Yes. Technically, if you want to put it to bed, Shinsuke hit his finisher, probably could have had a 1, 2, 3, but the ref was busy getting the Singh brothers out of there. Okay, whatever. But what I'm saying is, Shinsuke then went to hit his finisher again, and he failed. And he was hit by the Colossus, by Jinder Mahal. All clean, all fair, all legal, and he went down for the 1, 2, 3. You can't complain that the guy can't beat anybody clean, and that's one of the reasons you hate him as a champion. And then he beats somebody clean, and you're like, yeah, but it was Shinsuke. That shouldn't have happened. No, you can't have it both ways, guys. Pick a lane, get in it, and drive. That's what it is, okay? Stay in your lane, get in it, and drive. You can't have it both ways. I don't like him as champ. I'm tired of it, and I want to see it go to someone else. But you know what? He won clean. I don't like the outcome of the match, but he won clean, so it is what it is. I'm not mad. And by the way, this whole Jinder thing, this is just like Brock Lesnar on Raw, and maybe that's why another reason people are so mad. They already know that they're not getting a different Universal Champion until Roman Reigns beats Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34. And they're probably even pissed about that because it's going to be Roman Reigns. But here's the deal, guys. It's the same thing with Jinder. Maybe not towards Mania. I hope not towards Mania. But Jinder's not losing that belt, at least until the India Tour's over. And if he does lose it before the India Tour, he's going to get it back either right before the tour or on the tour. It's what's going to happen, guys. We've said it from the beginning, he's a marketing tool. Is it killing the belt? Listen, that can be fixed. So don't cry. Don't post on Twitter to bury the damn championship belt in the backyard and cancel your network because you're an idiot. It's not that serious. It's a TV show. The belt's a prop, okay? Yes, I get that it has a lineage. I get that. We're still watching a TV show, guys. So relax a little bit and try to enjoy the TV show. You're not going to like everything you see on the TV show. It's just the way it goes. Wasn't a great match. I want Shinsuke to be champ at this. I want anybody but Jinder to be champ at this point, to be quite honest with you. But we got Jinder as a champ. Get used to it, kids, because it's going to be another month or two before we see that strap go on to somebody else. After that match, we get, I believe it was, well, it would have been Ziggler and Rude. And Ziggler and Rude was an interesting match. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was okay. Thought it would be a little better with Ziggler in there. But I think they didn't want to roll it all out at once because this is going to continue too, guys. I think this is another one of the matches of the night that the feud's not over. The feud either, really, it's just starting. If you want to really take a look at it, you know, I'm glad that Ziggler came out with no music, that he stopped his music, apparently on a record player, and he came out with no lights, no music. That's what he should do from now on while he's doing this whole gimmick about everybody else is a gimmick and an entrance, and that's the only reason they're popular. So I'm good with that, and I'm also good with the way it ended. And no, people were getting confused on Bobby Roode being a face but pulling the tights, but I think it was more of an idea of, hey, this is turnabout fair play. He pulled my tights, I'm pulling his, and he got the victory. And I like the way that it ended, the way the segment ended, basically, because the match ended, but Ziggler, you know, hits a zigzag on Roode while he was celebrating. The story continues, obviously. Do we get an aggressive, pissed off, mad Dolph Ziggler? I hope so. He needs to do something. And if he just comes out and beats people up, even without it being a match, I'm good with that. That sounds like a fun time. Let's watch that. Sign me up. I think this is going to continue, and I think as these two work together, because Ziggler's a hell of a worker, I think Rue's a hell of a worker, I think as these two work together and get closer to that point where they know it's a blow-off match, it's really going to be fun and entertaining matches. And, you know, they could definitely have potential, you know, match of the night, stealing the show kind of matches. So I'm all for it. So let's get that done. Let's continue it, and let's make it better and make it more into what it can be. That brings us to the main event of the night, which again isn't the WWE Championship. We got Kevin Owens in that spot. Kevin Owens is the man, guys. Kevin Owens is, if Roman Reigns is the future of Raw, Kevin Owens is still the future of the company. I'm sorry. They obviously have a lot of faith in this guy. They're obviously putting a lot behind this guy because he's main eventing over the WWE Championship. He's in segments attacking Vince McMahon and working with Shane. This is a big deal, and it worked well. And I think, you know, I was teetering, both Hell in a Cells were definitely match of the night contenders, and while I think the tag match was technically the better match, I'm giving it to Kevin Owens and Shane match of the night. And mostly because of some of the way they utilize everything. You know, they started outside the cage. They had this weird false count anywhere with a Hell in a Cell, which is kind of goofy, but whatever. But they used that. They went outside before the match. They fought. They went in the cage. They fought. They utilized the cage. You know, they utilized table spots. They did this, that, and the other. Then they went back out and they went on top of the cage. And that was the part where I held my breath. That was the part where I was literally scared for both of these guys. When they were bumping on top of that cage, Kevin Owens is a big dude, and Shane is not a small dude. And all I thought was, dear God, I know they reinforced this cage, but it's not going to hold, and something bad is going to happen. And I did not want that to happen. The last thing I want to see is another tragedy in a WWE ring at any time. But on something like that, dear Lord, no. Thank God it held up, but I was literally, you know, almost breathless the whole time they were bumping on that cage. And then we got to the drop spot off the side of the cage where KO went through the first table. And then, of course, the end. We set up for the end. You know, Shane sets KO up on the table, climbs all the way back up, and he's going to do the crazy shit that Shane does and jump off of that damn cell and down onto Kevin Owens. But that doesn't happen because freaking Sami Zayn comes out and pulls his buddy off of the table and saves the day. Holy crap. I kind of was thinking maybe Zayn would get involved, but I wasn't sure how. You know, they play this whole angle that they came up through the independents. They came up together. They're best friends. And Lord knows what will happen. Then they fight all the time. And, you know, really since NXT, Kevin Owens been a heel and has been anti-Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn's been the good guy. And he's been the one that's just gotten beat up by Kevin Owens, who's supposed to be his best friend. And now we get Sami Zayn turning heel. You know, Sami's been kind of stating he thought going to SmackDown would be the best thing for his career, and it hasn't done anything to change it. So I like the possibilities of the stories that this can expand on, and that's why I'm giving it match of the night, because it was super entertaining. It was at times hard and scary to watch, but the ending just took it to a whole nother level because there's so much potential for so many different things. It gets match of the night, and it made the pay-per-view that much better. Guys, I want to remind you, first of all, we didn't get to the pick'ems. I had a crazy day at work, and actually an awful day at work. I didn't even get a chance to reach out to any of the other guys on the Nearfall Network, King of Nerds or High Fiver. And High Fiver usually breaks those down and gives them to me. I didn't get a chance to get that from him. He obviously didn't get to it yet because he has a life too. So I apologize. Hopefully he will go over that with you guys tonight on the High Fiving Party. So, make sure you check out the high-fiving party tonight with the high-fiving MFer following Raw. He gives you the highs and lows, let you know what's going on Raw. We got the Shield reunion possibly brewing, guys. Fun stuff. Make sure you check it out. On Wednesday, it's a day later, but you get your SmackDown Live recap with the King of Nerds. Now, I don't know about you guys, but after last night, I am super pumped and super excited to check out SmackDown this week. I'm actually more excited about that than I think I am about Raw, even with the Shield reunion. That's how good this pay-per-view was and how good they set things up. So let's see what happens. Let's go with it. That's on Wednesday. Now on Thursday and Friday, King of Nerds returns. On Thursday and Friday, pardon me, you get the Monday Night Wars. Thursday it's Raw. Friday is Nitro. Recapping the start of the Monday Night Wars, guys. Before it really was a war, when it just kind of started. The first shots were fired when Nitro went live head-to-head against Monday Night Raw. King of Nerds breaks it down for you. You can always check that out. And then on Saturday, we got Saturday. And if somebody does something for the Near Fall Network on Saturday, oh yeah, it's me, Shooter, with Drive-By with Shooter. Check it out. YouTube exclusive right now. I'm working on some things, maybe getting it to where it's also on iTunes. I'm looking into it. We're not there yet, but I'm looking into it. So, you know, give it another format for you guys. But I need you guys to at least check it out on YouTube. Go to YouTube, hit our subscribe button on YouTube, like us here on Facebook, and follow us on Facebook. Screenshot both of those and send it to us in a messenger, and we will add you to our VIP message list. And what that is where we do our pick'ems, we talk wrestling. Everybody from, you know, me, King of Nerds, High Fiver, to our friends and followers on the Near Fall Network. We talk wrestling, we do pick'ems, we do all of that stuff for you guys and for ourselves because it's fun, and that's what we like to do. So if you subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Facebook, let us know that you did that and you went in on the pick'ems and the VIP message board, or group message I should say. We will do that for you guys. So go ahead and make sure you do that, and do it fast because we can only get so many people in on that. A pay-per-view, guys. It was an A pay-per-view. So stick around a little bit later tonight. You're going to get the high-fiving party and everything that comes with that. As I say every single time I talk to you guys, it's been real. It's been fun. We'll catch you next time.